fireplace now is all you need for some hope in your life.
Hey everyone, welcome to episode 5 of By The Fireplace. It's the second week of phase 1 after Singapore's circuit breaker measures have come to a close, and let's all continue to remain socially responsible, just stay at home and all that. I'm really looking forward to the day we can all see each other face to face again. My name's Edwin. I'm 21 years old this year and I'm just finishing up my national service term. Ever since I was young, one of my main interests has been music, and I used to love to dance and sing, and I still do, but I'm not really like your average Singaporean kid. I didn't have any piano lessons when I was growing up. I didn't go for any violin lessons when I was growing up either, and I didn't have any formal music education until I was a lot older. Throughout my preteen years, I came across Eminem's Not Afraid on YouTube when I was scrolling through it during secondary school, and I just immediately fell in love with the message and the medium of rap. A few years later, in 2014, I came across J. Cole's Apparently, also on YouTube, which is a part of his best album ever, in my opinion, 2014, Forest Hills Drive. Ever since then, I've been inspired to compose and write my own rap. Since then, it's become a gift that God has given me and allowed me to hone for emotion and thought release, as well as sharing His heart through my words. In this episode, I just want to take some time to tell you guys a little bit of a personal story. Buckle up, because we are going around the world. Because of my dad's job, my family has had to relocate from here in Singapore to over in the United States multiple times throughout my life. Living in the US was a fun, eye-opening, horizon-broadening experience, and I have many precious memories of when I was a kid and when I was a preteen over there. But because we moved at such crucial developmental and formative years in my life, I effectively grew up in two different cultures and became ingrained in two different value systems. In the US, I was bullied for being Asian. Back here in Singapore, I was bullied for being too Angmo. It really confused me as to what to believe and how to behave. It confused me as to who I was as a person. I began to wrestle with this identity crisis when I was around 16 years old, but it was never really brought to light or identified until I was around 18 years old. At this point, I had returned from my previous trip to the US, where I was enrolled in university, Arizona State, stand up, and surrounded by a whole bunch of older people, and I never really managed to make any friends or get rooted in a community. It was only when I came back to Singapore, I started attending my church's youth service regularly, that I experienced a community of people that accepted me for who I am. Friends who loved me for all that I was. But even then, and even now, I still struggle with this feeling sometimes of not really fitting in. So I strove to fit what I thought were my friends' expectations of who I was. But in doing so, I became someone that I was never really meant to be. It was me trying to do things to be approved by the people who were around me. Through a close friend of mine, it was identified that this was an identity issue, and I wondered, how could I be struggling with identity? How could I have an identity issue? But I realized that actually it was God who was opening up this deep place in my heart that was hurting, and He was showing me that it was incomplete. He wanted to show me a love that could complete me in the way that I wanted so much, for my identity to be complete. This journey of healing is far from over. Even as I share this with all of you, I'm still taking this one day at a time, one step at a time. But I know this for certain, that there's a God who loves me. He tells me that I am beautifully, fearfully, and wonderfully made, woven by Him. In every victory that I've seen, in every experience that defined me as a person, this is all part of God's divine plan. And it's reassuring to know that even in those moments that I felt too different to be loved, that God loves me so dearly because He was the one who made me who I am. So today, I also want to share a song with you guys that really speaks of my journey and I hope it blesses you and speaks to you as well. Look, I've been thinking a lot lately. Does God hate me? It's all deadly. My thoughts, they be taking over my mind with this anxiety. All of them be driving me to become a person I ain't trying to be. Yeah, they fighting me and not privately. Y'all can see it from my face. I ain't suffering silently. Need to take over the pace. Need to win back the race. But how do I do that when the devil's all up in my face? Oh. You think it's all a mess, is it? Trying to compensate, but can't make up for the deficit. I'm about to break, guess I'll wait until death visits. Where's the silver lining? I'm still trying to see the best in this. It's a test, is it? In my best interest to just go along with what you say and not question it. Left in this dust, and you're who I'm trying to find. Lord, I sent a message of distress, I hope I get a reply. And I don't mean to question you, God, but how am I supposed to live in the way that you died? You gave this gift, and so I ain't gonna take it for granted. I'm not gonna sit here and comply to this world and its standards. I'm about to break free of this dissonance. In my life, you're the difference. It's a privilege to take these thoughts and make them into sentences. You help me to articulate the pain in my heart. So why hasn't the cross become the place that I start? Make a blaze from this spark. I'm just trying to seek you out. Take your place in my heart and erase all this doubt. You're the rain in my drought. You're the ray through my clouds. I'm done with all these games, I ain't playing around. God, I'm seeking your help. Let me see more of you and less of myself. Let me see blessing and find rest in my health. You love me way too much to keep the best on the shelf. But can I really trust that? Are your arms really open for me to run back into, even after all of my foolish mistakes? Cause I've been running till I'm blue in the face. This ain't a race, it's a marathon. Hustle hard, yeah, that was the motto. Now I understand, to lead I gotta learn to follow. In every loss, every victory, slow a throttle. You're the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Failure taught me, it's what I learned in class. Give thanks for what I have and don't focus on the past. The hurting, it won't last, but God will forever. I take comfort in the fact that you're working this for better. I know that you're making a better me, yeah. So I'm trusting you with my identity.
Thank you, Edwin, for sharing your story. It is so precious. And I wonder how many of us are also walking through that process of discovering our own identity. And have there been moments where we felt the same way, that we are too different to be loved? Maybe you're walking through something right now that is reinforcing that idea. It may be a broken relationship, hurtful words that were said at you, or simply how you felt about yourself. Well, I just want to say that there is a God that sees you and where you're at right now, and there's a God who knows you for who you are, and He loves you despite the way you feel about yourself. So we hope that you've enjoyed today's episode. Do stay tuned next week on Wednesday at 9 p.m. for another episode of By The Fireplace. And if today's episode spoke to your heart and you would like someone to pray for you, do feel free, direct message us at Fireplace Worship on Instagram or on Facebook, and we will reply you with a personalized message and a prayer. And in the meantime, do continue to stay safe, stay healthy, and above all else, stay connected. We'll see you.